Located in East Africa, Uganda is a country rich in history and filled with lush natural beauty from one end of the country to the other. The country, on the other hand, is frequently overlooked by travelers due to previous political crises and the relative difficulties of reaching there. However, this does not rule out the possibility of discovering more about this East African country. Hello, and welcome to Hard Rock Media. In today's video, we will be talking about 14 things that you didn't know about Uganda. Before beginning, kindly like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell icon so that you do not miss the latest video updates. Let's get right to it. Number 1. Snow-capped mountains. Despite the fact that Uganda is located near the equator, the Rwenzori Mountains in the country are so high that they are permanently snow-capped. Mount Stanley, at 5,109 meters above sea level, is the highest point in the country. Number 2. Mountain gorillas roam freely. Uganda is one of just 3 nations in Africa where mountain gorillas still roam freely. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that mountain gorillas are the primary reason most people travel to Uganda. There are less than 1,000 gorillas left in this area, so making the trip to view them is well worth it if you get the opportunity. Number 3. Source of Nile River. However, although the Nile is most often identified with Egypt, one of its sources is located in southern Uganda, according to the World Bank. It flows north across Africa, when the snow from the icy mountains of the Rwenzori Range melts and runs out into the sea. Ethiopia is home to the other major source of the Nile. Number 4. There are over 40 languages. Uganda is unusually diverse for a country of its size, with over 40 different languages spoken throughout the country. Despite the fact that English is the official language, Luganda and Swahili are the most widely spoken languages in the country. Number 5. Ugandans like to drink and party. Many people in Tanzania would believe that Uganda would be at the top of the list of African countries with the highest use of alcoholic beverages. The popularity of the country's locally produced moonshine, waragi, which is similar to gin and may be created from bananas, cassava, sugarcane, and millet, is most likely responsible for its image as a drinking destination. Furthermore, Uganda has one of the world's highest concentrations of alcoholics, which adds significantly to the country's reputation as the drinking capital of Africa. Men in Uganda are believed to have one of the highest levels of alcohol consumption per capita in sub-Saharan Africa, with an annual intake of 25.6 liters of pure alcohol among men. Number 6. There are over 1,000 bird species. Over 1,000 bird species have been recorded in Uganda, making it one of the top bird-watching destinations in Africa and the globe. More than 10% of all the birds on the planet can be found in this country alone. Uganda is home to 150 species that are unique to the country. From November through April, migrant birds can be found in the area. Liking the video so far? Then make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, as a little action from you can help our channel grow tremendously. Number 7. Meaning of word now has 3 meanings in Uganda. They've turned the word now into 3 other words, each of which has a different meaning. They have the words now, just now, and now. Now is a word that denotes that something should be completed within a short amount of time, such as 2 hours or even months. The phrase just now indicates that something needs to be done within the next 30 minutes to 7 hours. Now indicates that things are seriously heating up, and that we are hearing a sense of urgency, indicating that something must be done immediately. In other words, if you're traveling to Uganda and need things done right away, the phrase now will do the trick. Number 8. Matooke Republic. Uganda is sometimes unofficially called the Matooke Republic due to the abundance of matooke in the country. Matooke is the most popular native food in Uganda, and it's the first thing you'll hear about when you arrive. Ugandans are quite proud of their matooke, which is why a photograph of matooke used to grace the front of one of the country's banknotes, the Uganda shilling. It's the tastiest traditional Ugandan cuisine you'll ever taste. Number 9. Ugandans don't wear Rolex, they eat it. This is yet another surprising truth about Uganda that the majority of people were unaware of. It is correct that they roll the Rolex up and directly into the mouth, while the whole world is wearing it. To clarify, there is a distinction between the international Rolex and the Ugandan Rolex. An international Rolex is a high-end watch, whereas a Ugandan Rolex is a street food that has captured the hearts of millions of Ugandans. Traditionally, a Ugandan Rolex is produced by rolling an omelette inside a chapati and slicing it in half. Rolexes are now available in a variety of meats, including chicken and beef. So, instead of adding eggs, any of those two ingredients are rolled up in a chapati to create either a chicken Rolex or a beef Rolex. Number 10. Safest in Africa for tourists. A nearly perfect 100% of Ugandan tourists return home without experiencing any bad incidents. This demonstrates that it is one of the most secure countries in Africa. Uganda does not have any travel warnings, and the most recent terrorist attack was reported there in 2010. Since then, the level of security has increased even further. There have been no mass shootings, and the vast majority of individuals do not even own firearms. Number 11. Second largest lake in the world. Uganda has the world's second largest lake. Its surface size exceeds 26,000 square miles, making Lake Victoria, named for Queen Victoria, the largest lake on the African continent and the world's second largest freshwater lake, following only Lake Superior in North America. It also happens to be the largest tropical lake on the planet. Lake Victoria is also one of the Nile River's sources, and others believe it to be the source of the river itself. Number 12. Uganda has one of the world's smallest churches. Uganda is home to one of the world's smallest churches. A chapel on Baiku Hill, measuring 8 feet tall and 250 centimeters wide, has barely enough space inside for 3 churchgoers, including the pastor, to sit comfortably. There are allocated areas around the church for meditation, prayer, and worship, as well as dedicated areas within the church itself. The church has a spectacular view of Naruto Falls, which is home to the shoebill stork, which is an uncommon sighting in the area.